Hey, I'm Aaron from Columbia. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change out the wear parts on your angle head. With the angle head repair kit, you get one AH8A, one AH9A, two AH4s, four FA235, one 1/16 Allen key, two FA258, and one 5/64 Allen key. You'll need a pair of pliers, a hammer, and a flathead screwdriver as well to do this repair. We'll start by taking the AH9A and AH8A off. Remove the two FA258 set screws that hold them in. Then using a flathead screwdriver, remove the top screw that holds your ball keeper in. Make sure you hold onto the springs with your hand so they don't pop out once you remove it. Release them. You can take that out or leave it in. Next, using a hammer and a flathead screwdriver, put the flathead screwdriver in the slot where the set screw came out of and tap it down with the hammer. Same thing on the bottom one, you can put it on the edge or in the slot, doesn't really matter. Tap it down until it comes off. Now you can remove your wings. And completely take off the AH8A. Now the angle head's taken apart, we can put the new clips on. Now to put the new nose clips on, I like to use a pair of pliers and give them a slight pinch so they're tight. Next, you can, using the hammer once again, place your new clip, AH8A clip in place. Tap it down, use the flathead screwdriver. Make sure it goes past the slot that the wing's gonna go into. Then take your wings, slide them into place. Using the pair of pliers on the open setting, close your clip onto your wings. You may have to tap it around a little bit to make sure it's centered. There you go. For the bottom one, place it over top of the two slots, center it, and tap it down. You'll know when they're properly aligned because the two slots for the set screws will be lined up with the holes. Take your new set screws with the 5/64 Allen key and replace them back into the holes. Make sure you go below the surface of the clip so that it doesn't interfere. Now they should be nice and tight. There should be no movement between the tips of the wings. If If there is a little movement, you can always tighten these a little bit more with the pliers. Place your ball holder back into the slot. Put the spring back. Take the 2 leaf springs. Put them back into place. And replace the screw and the cap. Hold your spring in with your hand. Once the screw's in place, you can let go and tighten it down. Okay, now you've replaced your clips. Now we'll go on to replacing the side blades. Now we're going to remove and replace the AH4 skids with new ones. To remove them, use the 1/16 Allen key. Remove the 2 side FA235s. You might have to use a pair of pliers to remove the AH4. Same thing on the other side. If the pair of pliers isn't working to remove the AH4 because you have too much mud in there, you can always advance the screws on the back side of it as well to remove it. It'll push it out. Once you have your side blades out, you want to reverse your 2 back advance screws so that they're below the slot that the blade goes into. Check the slot, make sure that they're not above or interfere in any way. Now we'll put the new side blades in with the new set screws. I always like to replace the old set screws with new ones because the old ones can be full of mud or stripped out, so it's always nice to put new ones on when you're doing a repair. To replace these, there's 2 ends. There's a rounded end and a sharp end on the blade. You want the sharp end to go up against the top blade, and you want the rounded end to face up on the bottom. Place it in, make sure it's nice and flat and touching against the top blade there. And then put your FA235 set screw in. Same thing on the bottom. Put them both in the top and the bottom. Tighten them down. Same thing on the other side. Make sure it's nice and flat and goes up against the top blade. You want the rounded part at the bottom and the flat, sharp part at the top. Replace both set screws and tighten them down. Okay, now we're ready to set the side blades. Setting the side blades is what allows you to have more or less mud when you're coating. Set the mud flow, I use a 15 thou shim. I put it underneath the bottom end of the skid, the opposite side of the top blade, and I lower that skid just until it hits the shim. You can tell by rocking it, if there's no rock, you've hit the shim. After that, you can remove that and lower the other end, the one that's on the side of the top blade, just until it hits the plate, but you haven't gone. You want it to be even with your top blade. You want to lower this to the top blade so that it's even with the top blade on the plate. You don't want it below, that's going to leave edges. And if it's above the top blade, where the top blade's actually raised off of the plate, you're going to get edges. So you want it exactly even, where there's no light showing on the top blade and no light showing on the side blade. Repeat the same step for the other side. Take your shim, place it underneath the bottom end. Advance the set screw until the side blade touches. Remove your shim and advance the set screw on the top end where it hits the top blade until it touches the plate. You should have a nice rock in there and your repair is done. Thank you for watching today's repair video. For more instructional videos, please go to ColumbiaTools.com.